Welcome back, Deadites and Ghost Beaters. If you're new to the channel, I am Oldhead Gaming, horror content creator and variety streamer. And as we all know, in a mere 3 days, we are concluding Season Pass 1 with the drop of the Hail to the King update. And our final update will include a few more skins, including a really cool Halloween skin for Army of Darkness Ash, as well as the final character, the Blacksmith, being added to the game. Now, as we look back on what we received in Season Pass 1, it actually really isn't bad quantity-wise, although some people would be upset about the quality-wise, but quantity-wise, we received 3 distinct survivors, Mia and David Allen, and of course the Blacksmith from Army of Darkness, as well as 15 skins and a Screamer. But I don't think anyone really gives a crap about Screamers, so whatever on that one. And when you look at it price-wise, if you bought the deluxe edition, you paid $20 for the Season Pass 1, or even if you bought it as standalone content for $30, 3 characters and 15 skins for $30 is really not bad price-wise. It also kind of gives us an idea of what we're looking at pace-wise for the game. So realistically now, we can temper expectations of what to expect in Season Pass 2. And it looks like their plan is to drop something about every 2 months. And that seems to be the plan that they've been rolling with, a big update about every 2 months. And if that's what the size of the team has to work with, at least we understand what we're working with. And that's okay to me. So that means what we would probably expect is to see Season Pass 2 announced probably really early in November, probably sometime around the midpoint, so Black Friday is available for purchasing of the Season Pass, and maybe even a little Black Friday special where maybe it's the same price as the original deluxe version. You can get the Season Pass for $20 on Black Friday, something along those lines to move more content. Because here's the thing about Evil Dead the game, they have clearly chosen to use an ancient, kind of archaic business model. Literally no one uses the Season Pass system anymore. It's kind of old, it's kind of archaic, and that's okay, but that seems to be what they have opted for, and that means their primary additional revenue source is going to be the Season Pass. So moving Season Pass units is going to be paramount. Now, obviously, you can buy individual parts of the Season Pass ad hoc, and that's completely okay too. So in that case, you just kind of buy which ones you want. If you only wanted the 2013 DLC, you bought that. If you only wanted, the Hail to the King update, you bought that. But there's no live store. The S-Mart just never came to fruition. There's not like weekly or bi-weekly updates to the store where you can buy new skins for your characters or screamers or, change the icons or any of that kind of stuff. That just doesn't exist with this game. So it looks like every 2 months you're probably going to get some new content. And I think it's very easy now to kind of take a look at what is probably coming in Season Pass 2. And realistically, I think we can probably expect about 3 to 4 characters, probably somewhere between 12 and 18 skins, and maybe a Screamer or 2. And I know no one really cares about them. I know when we did Mission 6 and people saw the reward were 3 Screamers, everyone's like, all right, thanks. And it looks like we're probably going to get Henry's skin, the biker skin, for mission reward this time, and I think people will be a lot happier about that. But here we are, we find ourselves looking forward, and let's take a look at what we can expect. Now, Season Pass 2, like I said, should probably drop about a week or so purchasable before Black Friday, and then it'll run, and we'll probably see our first update right around Christmas, second one right around Valentine's Day, the third one right around the end of April, and the fourth one will conclude sometime in June. Now, obviously, that will miss coinciding with the 1-year anniversary on May 13th, which will probably just be some sort of smaller free update with maybe a map or a mission, something to say thank you for all of us who have stuck around for the first year. Now, individually speaking, I think we can kind of expect a couple of things. So here's what I expect based on what we've seen from Season Pass 1 in the complete Season 2 preview. So, the Christmas update, I think we can expect a couple of things. One, I think we'll start to finally see Ash vs. Evil Dead getting its play. And a long time ago, I did this video about Bruce Campbell leaking the fact that Ted Raimi has indeed done voice lines for Chet Kaminsky, which obviously Chet is not in the game. And here's what I think is going to happen. I think Season Pass 2 will kick off with an Ash vs. Evil Dead set, where those characters who have all been missing skins like Kelly and Pablo and Amanda, and probably even other characters like Chet and Ash versus Evil Dead Ash, or Leader Ash, or El Jefe, whatever you want to refer to them as, will all receive some kind of skin. Whether it's just a secondary skin, whether it's a Jacksonville shirt for El Jefe, or maybe the bomber jacket from the future, or maybe a full future skin outfits for all the 3 that moved into the future with Brandy in the robot at the very end of season 3. And I think we'll receive a normal skin for Chet, and as well as this being his Christmas skin. That's right, the ugly Christmas sweater that Cheryl killed him in, as an option for his skin. And Chet will be the one character given away, and we'll probably either see like an Elk Grove map, or maybe another mission, something free that goes along with it. And that's kind of what I think their plans are to do. And so we kick off Christmas time with the Ash versus the Evil Dead update, which will probably, in my opinion, be 5 skins and Chet. And pretty much everyone will just lose their mind. It'll be a great way to sell the new season pass, kicking it off with Chet Kaminsky and making everyone kind of amped up about what the season pass has and told. Then I think when we get to February for Valentine's Day, it's going to be kind of boring. I think we'll probably end up getting maybe Abomination as a free killer at that point, just for something to keep people interested. But I think it's going to be a lot similar to like one of the earlier updates where you get some skins, you get a screamer, maybe there'll be some Valentine's Day stuff. Like, I don't think it's going to be a huge update, and I think people are going to whine a little bit, and we're going to see a little bit of an upswing and then a downswing. And then I think April is going to be huge. Huge, huge, huge. I think April will be the biggest part of the update. Now, this will probably have a very similar feel to it that the 2013 update did as the 3rd addition to the Season Pass 1, where we go right into this big cross promotion with Evil Dead Rise. Now, we all know the rumors had been circulating. I've heard a lot of things from people that Evil Dead Rise was supposed to drop in October and be a big part of the Season Pass, and it might have also put in some stuff in flux of what needed to be done to make it work and move things around, because Evil Dead Rise suddenly was changed from Warner Brothers Discovery from an October release on HBO Max to a theatrical release on April 28th. That whole thing probably did affect the planning, the release schedule, and everything else that Saber was working on for Evil Dead the game. And then they can drop this big patch in April as the 3rd one, and then I think they finally conclude it in June with the launch of Ruby. Now, we've seen a lot of lines for Ruby. We all know Ruby is probably the most asked for character, and I think what they could end up doing is doing a double launch of Ruby as a survivor and a free demon at the end to close out Season Pass 2. Make it really huge, more AOD skins. Maybe if anyone else is missing a skin like David or the blacksmith, they'll also get a skin, and have this really big start, big closeout, and then of course the Evil Dead Rise crossover promotion in Season Pass 2. Now, it's not a whole lot different than what we received in Season Pass 1, but I think people will be really excited. People will be really, jazzed up about the content, and it also brings a lot of fervor and a lot of excitement going to Season Pass 3, which should probably start around August of 2023. This game seems to be banking on the old Season Pass model and buying individual packets of content as the way to go, and I don't see them changing that anytime in the near future. And I've heard nothing at all about them going to a more drop model where lots of skins are rolling out and you can customize your characters. It just doesn't seem to be any kind of buzz at all about that. It's not like when we heard that they were reversing their plans on a prestige system, and the prestige system should probably drop early 2023, but this stuff is kind of what we're going to get, and this is what you can expect if you're buying a Season Pass. You're probably going to get 3 to 4 characters, you're going to get 12 to 18 skins, you might get some screamers. Like, it's not going to be a ton of content, but it will be a good quantity of product for a pretty solid price, especially when you compare it to other games on the market. When you think about getting 3 characters and 15 skins for even the $30 price point, that is tremendously cheap. Now, granted, you don't have control over it, so it's not like you can be like, oh, this is the character I want to add, or this is the skin I want to get. It's kind of all bundled together, so the quality might not be there for you, but the quantity sure as hell is. And we did end up getting some interesting choices. Like, I am not a big 2013 fan, but if you are, David and Mia were probably a good boost to your quality of the Season Pass. It didn't help me at all. The blacksmith for me is another character that's just kind of like, meh, whatever. Like, I would have much rather the wise man or Sheila, but at least it's another character that's being added to our roster. So you're getting the quantity, it just may or may not be quality for you, and that kind of depends. Like, for me, the best skin they're dropping the entire Season Pass is the S-Mart scary Mark Ash Halloween costume. I want to see more of that. I want to see more originality. I want to see the killers get more skins, because so far all we've gotten is the golden bling outfit for Evil Dead Ash, and I would love to see our killers, our demons, get a lot more dressed up, have a lot more fun, give us more options to switch things around, because let's be honest, in today's society, no one wants to look at the same character over and over again. You want to mix some things up, especially in this case where you have a third-party aspect, and it's not like you're just seeing hands, you're like, oh, my hands will look different. You're seeing an entirely different character, and it doesn't kind of change that perspective and not make the game feel so stale when you can switch into something different. Now, as always, this is kind of my projective. This is kind of what I've heard, and it makes a lot of sense for how they plan to approach the end of 2022 and into quarter 1 and 2 of 2023. Are you excited for Season Pass 2? Let me know in the comments below. Are you happy for what we've gotten in Season Pass 1? Are you excited for Hail of the King on Thursday? I want to know your thoughts. Of course, I always answer my comments, and as always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.